Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much guys for your support. I really appreciate you. If you're new to my channel, you're welcome and thank you so much for stopping by. Please do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell as well, so whenever I upload a new video you will be notified. So guys, in today's video I'll be showing you how I cook my rice pap. I don't know how other countries call it, but we call it rice pap. It is so easy and simple to make, guys. And it's a very popular dish in Sierra Leone, and especially during the month of Ramadan. So this is what I'll be using. This is my rice flour. It's already been processed. This is what I'll be using to make my rice pap. And I've got 2 limes here. This is optional, you can leave it out. And then I will be needing some sugar as well. So basically this is everything that I will be needing. Here in the bowl I've got some rice. I will not be using this rice. I'm just trying to show you the kind of rice that they use to make the rice flour. That's all. So in Sierra Leone we use this kind of rice. We use a special rice to make our rice pap. So but you can still use the white rice if you want. This is the rice that we normally use back home to make our rice flour for rice pap. I know I'm kind of repeating myself over and over again, sorry about that. So yes, I'm just gonna set that aside and then we continue with our cooking. So this is basically, like I said, everything that I'll be needing. It is so simple and easy to make. But normally some people tend to add coconut milk as well to their rice pap, but I'm not really a big fan of coconut milk in the rice pap, so I will just leave that out. If you want, you can still add it if you like the taste of it, so you can add it, but this is just what I'll be needing. I'm going to make it as simple as it can be. So the first thing that I'll be doing is to make my rice balls. Like, we're gonna use that rice flour to make it into small balls, and then we'll set it aside. Maybe leave it to sit for about 30 to 40 minutes before cooking it. So I'm just going to put about 3/4 of the rice flour into the bowl, and then I'll leave the remaining for later. I will show you what I will do with that. And then we'll need some water as well. So basically we'll be needing about 3 to 4 tablespoons of water. My hands are clean, so if you don't want to get your hands messy, you can always use the glove. So I'm just going to take my time and sprinkle the water because you don't want the rice flour to be runny. You just want to keep on mixing the water, adding the water, bit by bit. So now I will be adding about another tablespoon. That is 2 tablespoons, as you can see. So I'll just keep mixing it until I get the desired consistency that I'm looking for. So you can see you have to really mix it well. So now I'll be adding another tablespoon. But at this point I just realized that I've added more water that I was supposed to add, so it's a little bit sticky, if that makes sense, as you can see. So I'm just going to add about 1 tablespoon of the remaining rice flour, and this can get me to the consistency that I'm looking for. So at this point I'm just going to keep on mixing it to get my rice balls, the size of the rice balls that I want. And then I'll also be breaking down the big ones, like the big rice balls. You don't want it to be very big, So it takes a bit of time to do this, honestly. So I'm just going to try and see if I can bring my camera down a little bit. I'm using my phone, guys. So yeah, this is my rice balls. As you can see, it's already started to form. So this is what I'll keep on doing. It takes a bit of time, and you can see my hands are really like messy with all the rice flour. Like I said, if you don't want this, you can always use gloves. You can see. So this is a really popular dish, like I said earlier on. Like in the month of Ramadan, almost every Muslim home will cook rice pap, and that is what they use to break their fast, you know, during the month of Ramadan. And it is also a kind of a street food that people, tend to buy once in a while, but mostly they tend to sell it in the morning hours. So this is all. It's really simple and easy to make. So I'm just trying to break down the big ones and then form them to a bit smaller balls. So if this is too much for you, you can always buy the ready-made one. I'm sure they have a ready-made one that you can just cook. But I like to make mine. But unfortunately, I couldn't make my own rice flour because I don't have a grinder at home. So I had to buy the one that they've already made. So basically, if you want to make your own rice flour, it's just to soak your rice for about 6 hours or overnight, and then after you drain it, and then you use your grinder to turn it into flour. That's all. It's so simple, guys. So this is my rice ball. It's all done, as you can see. You see? So I'm just going to put it on in a plate, and then I'll set it aside for about 30 to 40 minutes before cooking it. So this is how it's looking. And now I went ahead, and brought my water to a boil. So at this point, I'll be adding my rice balls into the pot, but make sure as you're adding it, you're mixing at the same time, sorry. Otherwise, your rice balls are going to be sticky, like stick together, and it's not what we want. So you have to keep on mixing it for about at least a minute or so, or less than a minute, but keep on mixing it for a while, as you can see, because you don't want them to stick together. So now I'm going to leave it to cook for about 10 minutes, and after 10 minutes, this is how it's looking like. At this point, I will advise that you don't cover it, otherwise it's going to kind of overflow. I don't know if that makes sense, but you don't want that. So always leave it open or cover it halfway, or if you're going to cover it, make sure you are around there. So this is the remaining rice flour. I just mixed it with some cold water. I'm going to add it so that, just to make it a little bit thick. So as you can see, it's already thick. So at this point, it's up to you actually. If you want it very thick, then you don't need to add any more water. But if you're like me, then you can go ahead and add some more water. So I went ahead and added about 3 tablespoons of sugar. I'm not a big fan of sugar, so that's why. But you can always add to your own liking. If you want more sugar, you add more. So I left it to cook again under medium heat for another 5 minutes. And at this point, I'm just adding my lime juice. This is optional, like I said. Some people don't normally add lime juice, but I like to add it. So at this point, I'll just cover it and leave it to simmer. So sorry guys, I lost the footage for this part. So but luckily I had this other one. So this is the end product. It's really very simple and easy to make, guys. Thank you so much guys for your support, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.